things that I wanted to talk or highlight or touch before we close. Again, we wanted to know the background qualification of this Nneka Chinese, this criminal that said they kind of told her to follow the OS. So by next fundraising, we should be able to know her standard of education. The reason why I'm asking this is these mediocres have done a lot of damage to the restoration of our struggle. And I think it's time we start to ensure that we know not that education is the ultimate, but when you have a school cert holder, people that falls within this class of working care, all these people and all that, making noise on social media, representing the freedom of Biafra, it becomes a problem sometimes because they said empty drums makes the loudest noise. And that is why it's important for us as Biafrans, 99.9% of Biafrans that voted during the referendum to exit Nigeria, you need to start asking these questions. That will help us to know where these individuals, where they fall into, where they belong to. And then, because those are the people that Nigerian state will easily get to use to disturb genuine Biafrans. So it is very, very important. Again, not that there are not educated illiterates part of like the CRC, all these noisemakers, but it's important also to find out where this woman is, to know how well informed she is, and her ability, how she has become a tool by Tinubu and Fulani and Christopher Musa to confuse the gullible ones that she talks with within her territory. So I just wanted to, from day one, I've known that this woman is, she's a fool. Anyone that talks against someone ever is not genuine for Biafra freedom. I'm telling you, regardless of who the person is. And that's why I think some of these noisemakers have been talking about Simon Emerson. Many of them, if you notice, they've all disappeared. Many of them have disappeared. Because everything Nnamdi Kanu did at his time is the best thing that he did based on what is available to him then. Whatever Prime Minister does for the restoration of our freedom is the exact best things that are available to him at the time that he was our leader. So when you see people, this agent of the Nigerian state, like Uchechi Okukano, that colluded with Bianco Chukwu to talk very badly against our Prime Minister Simon Ekpa. And they will tell you Nnamdi Kanu was doing it right, Simon Ekpa was doing it different. These are fools that have no clue what was presented at the time that Simon Ekpa was our leader. No clue what was presented when Nnamdi Kanu was in charge. So when you see these elements that were brought over by the Nigerian state to destroy Simon Ekpa, thinking that by destroying Simon Ekpa, Nnamdi Kanu will have a good name, or by destroying Nnamdi Kanu, Simon Ekpa will have a good name, or by destroying Dr. Ramweze, Simon Ekpa will be the good one, or Nnamdi Kanu will be. So their mentality, and that's how the Fulani terrorists play with this their so-called Biafran brains. They play with their brain, and in the midst of their quest for Akonkowa, their selfishness, their love for money, their long throat, selfishness, they start misbehaving. And again, we have a record of people that have gone through this path in the past. So again, they are just not following, they are not paying attention. They are very myopic, they are very selfish in their thought process. And that is why Biafrans must make sure that these kind of individuals have no place at all in this quest to restore our nation to where it needs to be. Again, like I've said, you can never ever like Nnamdi Kanu and hate Simon Ekpa. No. That means you are a terrorist. You're a full terrorist. And that is where 99% of Biafrans will relocate you to. So this again, I just want to this foolish Nneka Chinese, this fool that I don't know where she came out from, but somebody has given her analysis. You know the funny part of this, a couple of weeks ago was I think I was watching a program for this woman called Adadora Mosso. She was literally praising this Nneka Chinese. And again, sometimes I begin to wonder how some Biafrans could be so gullible, so easy to manipulate. And this is somebody so-called Adadora that was Alberto, following Simon Ekpa, and was on social, in the public media, praising this criminal, this Nneka Chinese, saying, I think something to the effect, oh, Dr. Grace, hey, I will pay the Nneka Chinese, I got one ever. So again, what I'm trying to say is, when you see how these people flip-flop, then you begin to know the reason why Biafra was never restored. Because in the midst of their flip-flopping, they move around the leadership. They try to gain recognition. They try to gain attraction. They try to gain relevance. But they are very keen out. Forget all that on one time. They are keen out. Even this little Kenisha that came out today is more reasonable than many of them. I'm telling you, when it comes to the quest for the freedom of our people, these people are very, very keen out. For anyone that has at any point in time supported or followed this woman, Nneka Chinese, so that means that person never, ever, you don't know what the freedom of your people is. You don't know what the freedom of your people is. From day one, I've always known that this woman is fraudulent. And she has proven that by coming out to say Nnamdi Kanu told her to tell some people to follow DOS. Any instruction that Simon Ekpa did not give, any instruction, because Simon Ekpa is our direct leader. Nnamdi Kanu was there. He passed the mantle to Simon Ekpa. Simon Ekpa, our Prime Minister, has evaluated everything, find the problems that existed here and there, find where the legitimized governors are manipulating our people, find where the DOS were manipulating our people, find where the so-called IPOB organization went against Nnamdi Kanu. That was what inspired our Prime Minister to make certain changes that he made during his time in leadership. No one can jump Simon Ekpa to Nnamdi Kanu, not in this freedom. Then you know you're not following. You can't. You can never do that. No matter how you love Nnamdi Kanu, no matter how you love Simon Ekpa, you can never, ever jump Simon Ekpa to Nnamdi Kanu. As far as the policies of the restoration of Biafra people are, that continuum must be there. If the Prime Minister has said that a man powerful, the so-called IPOB organization that was repairing phone in Ghana, if the Prime Minister has called that one out, no one that is truly a genuine Biafra can sweep that under the rug. That's not going to happen. So if that is more powerful, just because our Prime Minister is no longer there now, all of a sudden, some of them are rearing their ugly head. And then he now come out to say, oh, I'm a Wendy Nelson Namdekano, I'm a Wendy DOS, and then some people listen to that kind of individual, and those people never ever aspire for the freedom of Biafran people. Never. That's why I want to make sure that every genuine Biafran, you must stick to the orders given by our Prime Minister Simon Ekpa, which has been passed on to me and to the United States of Biafra cabinet members, the 40 state administrators, the commissioners, the state secretary, the cabinet secretaries, the mission heads, and the elite squad leaders. Anything outside this, you are going to Wazirike or the time, and there's will not in this time around. That time is there. All of us have seen how Wazirike was preaching no exit. Those that never really followed Wazirike are now analyzing the basis for Wazirike to be using Masol to deceive their friends. There is no way you can be preaching no exit from Nigeria and you're talking about Biafra freedom. Wazirike wants Biafrans to remain inside the terrorist state of Nigeria and Biafra. That is never going to happen. That is not feasible. No. That is not feasible. You cannot fall inside the pool of dirt and you're telling people to give you water to wash your body. How you wash your body and you're still in Igbo Siaha, you're still smelling shit. You gotta come out from there before you can request for water to really cleanse your body. So that was what Wazirike was literally doing. He was inside the ship and propagating Biafra and freedom. Again, those that never really followed have now analyzed and have now realized why he failed. That was why he never really made any impact in the freedom of Biafra people. The only thing that has made impact in Biafra restoration is the continuum of when you do Namdekano, the Prime Minister Simon Ekpa, and what we are doing now. Nothing else has made any impact. That is why you see countries in the world rising for us and dealing with Nigeria. That's a huge success for us. A huge success for us. So again, I wanted to bring the criminality of that woman to Biafran people to know that she's a deceit, big time deceit. It's just like Uchechi Okukana now coming out to tell anyone about Biafra. She's not genuine. She's fraudulent. She colluded with Finland to keep our Prime Minister where he is. She's part of those that sent people to go to Finland to witness against our Prime Minister Simon Ekpa. How can you trust an individual like that? She does not have the capacity. In fact, she is polluted, just like Bianco, Jupu, and all these people. We don't want them near anything leadership of Biafra at this time. They are not qualified. Somebody talked about Ugo 247 here. And I wanted to quickly let Biafra, because this is just sometimes the only opportunity we have to make sure we give you the accurate information. You'll hear some of these people propagating their lies in social media. You already Ugo 247 was saying she's going to expose Dr. Roberts, and the fans have been asking him since he left cabinet to expose Dr. Roberts, and until now, as we speak, he has not been exposed. You know what? He has not been. And these are part of the problems that we have tried to stop. Ugo 247, nobody told him to leave the United States of Biafra cabinet. He left on his own. And the other day I saw where they were, he was actually reading his resignation letter on social media. Again,
reading some parts.
Again, he's the list of the problem Biafra. Some of these individuals. Every now and then I bump into where they're making noise on social media, and I watch them. And I try to make sure that they stick to the facts. Once they deviate from the facts, it is my responsibility to make sure I clarify that to Biafrans. Nobody ever told Ugo 247 to leave the United States of Biafra cabinet. My thing is that for you to hold a position in the United States of Biafra cabinet, you must prove your worth. You must prove your worth. You must prove that you merit the position you have in the United States of Biafra leadership. It's not about position. You must prove that which you want to be the head of, you can defend that department. You can stand up to that department. You can protect that department. I watched the program. Ugo 247 was, he said that at a point, he and some of his people that were in the United States of Biafra cabinet in the media, they stopped attending the United States of Biafra fundraisings. So they decided among themselves to stop coming to fundraisers, because usually when we come to fundraisers, they are the one that open the floor, they are the one that call the individuals that donate, they are the one that kind of lead the fundraising. But when he says that at a point, he and his group of people, they decided not to attend the United States of Biafra fundraising because of what, I don't know. I don't know why. But thank God that every single cabinet member today, I can tell you, can run this fundraising from beginning to end, whether I be or not. That's just, it's not about individual. The freedom of our people, it's not about Nantekam, it's not about Simon Ellen, neither is about the Roberts. It is about the will and the wish of our people to exit a country that reintegrates no terrorists that are coming to attack and kill them and forcefully remove their citizens. That's all it's about him and his group of the media people deciding not to attend meetings or fundraisings of the government is a clear indication that some of these people, they think this government is about Dr. Roberts. How do you want to be the Secretary of the United States of Biafra Information Department, and at any point you decided to sabotage that government by not coming to fundraising? Your task, just that little task, the Biafra people want you to do at that time. You decided not to do it for reasons that only he knows best. We have a Secretary of Information, Dr. Adi. We have the Deputy Secretary, which is Honorable Ugochi. Tochi Naman. When the Secretary steps down, automatically the Deputy Secretary steps in. That is the right thing. I hear him saying that, oh, Dr. Agi said that, Dr. Roberts didn't even think or tell the media to go and select who is going to replace the bag. I just immediately said Honorable Tochi will take over. Honorable Tochi is definitely already in that capacity as the Deputy Information Secretary to step in once Dr. Ade resigned. So I know the problem that we could 247 have with somebody who is the Deputy Secretary stepping in to be the Secretary of the Information Department. Yes, Ugochi may not have challenges. She's in school, she's a young girl, and there's so many things you cannot take away from some of the young members of the United States of Biafra cabinet members. We do put that into consideration. We want somebody in our 30s or 20s being a member.
You keep this as well.
Being member of the cabinet. You are sorry. Can you mute yourself? Please express yourself. You cannot compare somebody in her 40s and 50s or 60s that are cabinet members, and you compare them with those in their 20s and 30s that are part of our cabinet. Their mindset is different. The way they see things is different. Their lifestyle is different. You can't compare that. We even thank them, those in their 20s and 30s that are part of the cabinet, that are part of this struggle. We have to be thanking them every day.
That's right.
Because how many of us here, how many of you, how many of do we have our children in this struggle? How many? Just check. Even in your own family, they are very little. They are small. So even to convince them, even to carry them along, just for them to come out and be part of what we're doing is a sacrifice that I truly appreciate. Because it's not just they're stepping up to the hustles of things, but I also look at them and look at my own kids at their age. Were they able to join us or join me to do what I'm doing? So when you see Ugo 247 just coming out, maybe with Dr. Adi, I don't know, to be fighting Tochi, I begin to wonder, with their own children at Tochi's age, will they do what that young girl is doing? And they bring their kids to do the same thing that that young girl was doing. Or our justice minister, a secretary, Justice Iwunse. It is difficult, not because their heart is not there, but it's their age. So you should just be happy we have them around. So comparing yourself or me with them is just a very big mistake. But maybe Ugo 247 didn't understand that anyway. When he keeps calling this innocent girl's name for nothing, except he just want to be making noise on social media. And I can tell you that those excuses, this nonsense Ugo 247 was talking on social media is just a kind of rubbish we see from some of them in this struggle that have made the restoration of Biafra difficult. Because they come with all this chaos that amounts to nothing except destruction. Just the constant chaos and destruction they bring around Biafrans, and we don't want that to happen. So again, for you to be the Secretary of Information for the United States of Biafra, you must prove your worth, not just to me, but also to Biafran people. And to go to first, you've not proven that. I don't care what you've done in the past. You've not proven that. He had a meeting with his group of people after Dr. Alge resigned. And eventually, he said they nominated somebody to lead them. But this person they nominated has abandoned the United States of Biafra fundraising for over 2-3 months. Never showed up. How can you want to be the Secretary of Information for the United States of Biafra government and you abandon the fundraising where Biafrans want to hear your voice? Biafrans want to see you conduct the national anthem. Biafrans want to see you open the floor for our fundraising. Biafrans want to see you introduce somebody or other people that will speak during the fund. Those are basic tasks of somebody who wants to be the Secretary of the United States of Biafra Information Department. The person who go 247 and go brought to, okay, this is the one that will head it, has abandoned the United States of Biafra fundraising for over 6, 7, 8 weeks. Then all of a sudden you go behind, you come and tell the person, you want this person to lead you. No, the clear response was whoever has to lead must prove himself or herself. Nothing more, nothing less. Even if these individuals or all of them colluded, like Ugo said, they decided not to come to fundraising. But what happened if one or two of them have picked up from that point where Dr. Ade has left and Gochi, she's in school, so she's busy. So what happened if you think Ugo 247, you know the job, or this individual you've nominated to lead your information department? What happens? What is wrong from that person starting from that moment to continue to attend this fundraising every Saturday, do the national anthem to Biafrans, open the fundraiser? What happened? What is wrong in that? Why didn't the person do it? Do you have to have a position before you show Biafrans what you can do? So it doesn't work that way. So in the midst of that frustration, the next thing, he has to resign. Then when he resigned, he wanted to come out after some months, just or weeks, to start lying against or misinforming Biafrans about this electoral reason because it's not fully intended. We go too fast, and what do you even know? What do you know about Simon Edna? What do you know about the running of the Greek Biafra Republic government in exile? We go 247, tell Biafrans, what have you done? Even under the Prime Minister, what was your position? What do you do? What have you done that makes sense? One sense to anyone that exemplifies you. You're talking about template. Dr. Roberts is not fully established. I don't blame you. What do you know? Empty door makes a largest noise. So these are just individuals. All they know is chaos, and some of us, we cannot be dragged into that chaos. I listened to him also. He talked about something to respect like Yahoo the Gentle and something to, there was somebody he introduced to talk to me, blah, 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 blah. Again, the clarity is this. When the United States of Biafra government took over the leadership, we welcomed everyone. We told people that we're thinking maybe there was somebody they're working for, that this struggle is not about Biafra people. It's about who they work with. Maybe it's about Union Africana, maybe it's about Samoneta, maybe not about Dr. President. Just the same thing DOS did when the Prime Minister was available. No, it's about Africana, it's not about Samoneta. Just the mistake some of them are doing now. Oh, no, it's not about Samoneta, it's about Africana. Or, no, I love Samoneta, no, but I don't like Dr. President. So these are the mistakes the mediocres make every second clear. It was very clear. And that was a cabinet stand. It was very, very clear. You cannot work for the government of the United States of Biafra, and you're not going to be part of the cabinet. You're not going to be part of what we are doing, or we are not going to know what we are doing. That is not leadership. No, that is not leadership. I guess some of them think that because they've done it in the past and they get away with it, that is the right thing to do. No, it's not. Because this struggle, this freedom is not about an individual. If you are a defender of the land of Biafra, you will continue to be a defender of the land, regardless of who is in charge. Knowing that what we're doing is a continuum. Tomorrow I may not be here, but there are people that will complete the task. You must work with them. You don't say because you like the DPM or you worked with the DPM, therefore, if something happens, God forbid, then you are not going to continue to formalize, make sure the United States of Biafra, the freedom we've gotten is sustained, is protected. The Fulani terrorists are driven away from our land. The dissolution of Nigeria does not happen.
You know, in that his resignation, he added my name there too. He said he spoke to you. He spoke to me too. So I would like to bring that point here. He called me and then sent me a voice, an audio of someone, an unknown individual who he claims the person said that he is a DOS
You see?
yeah.
Go ahead, Father.
Yeah. Somebody that he says is a DOS angel. And then I listened to this audio. I don't know who this person is. And then this person said that that voice note was actually for gentle Yahoo. But the person was telling him that they haven't eaten for some days, that the people hasn't sent them or given them anything. So he was begging gentle to send them something for food and everything. And then I'm listening to this and it doesn't make sense to me. So, but Google 247 wanted us to send something to this person. I said, I don't know who this person is. I cannot verify who this person is. Therefore, it's not within my jurisdiction, since I don't know who this person is. How can I, send help to this person? So I try to verify who this individual is by calling the defense. The defense said it's not, that person is not here. It's the US person. So I said, good 247, you want me to do something or say something to somebody in US who I do not know? Under what authority do I have? Under what? This is not under my jurisdiction. And lo and behold, when he was retiring, not retiring, when he was resigning, remember he wrote his resignation, the date was about a month or so behind. And then he kept it till that day. So when he sent that paper, that resignation paper, I looked at it and he said, this is predated. And that really tells you what it is, what kind of people do we have in this? They try so many ways to do things that they know is not appropriate. The fundraising that we are doing now, are we doing fundraising for somebody and unknown that is in DOS? What audacity is that? That tells you that they are the only ones that really know exactly what they're doing.
Exactly.
And actually, it was since April that their group decided not to be participating. And you know what? Thank God that the crop of individuals that are in this leadership are people that are well fit for many things, for different things. Sometimes they want for us to call them so that, maybe perhaps we're not going to do fundraising today because maybe media didn't come, blah, 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 didn't come. Ignore that, we come over here and then we take off. We never mentioned it, perhaps about last month or 2 months ago, when some people, or when the media, the independent media finally got to know from what they were saying, we go 247, was saying. So he's the one talking, he's the one letting himself out. And you know what? We really don't even have time to address such things because those are inconsequential. We're just oblivion of what it is that they're saying because it doesn't really mean much to us. We didn't even know whether they were there or not. Actually, before we went to Washington for that inauguration, that's when they really, it's a kind of sabotage. They really kind of put start or one day, they kind of, try to filibuster, put start. And we ignored it, and then we went, since that time, we've been doing that thing. So when they were hoping perhaps they were going to be called for them to tell us, that for him to tell us that either this or that, nobody called. We went on until they waited it out and saw that we're just doing what we have to do. We are serving Biafrans. We have, we have promised to serve Biafrans. And to me, like I said, there's no greater service than that which you do for the good of your people. That's what we're here for. So some of them thinking, like he said, it's just unbelievable. Some people don't have what it takes, the qualification, everything. And then let me just use that Jesus Christ. Perhaps when Jesus Christ started his missionary, the people he was able to get were the fishermen. And then that's what he started with. As time went on, some other people came in. That's really the analogy also to this thing that we're doing. When our supreme leader started, he had to start with the people that he was able to get. And then perhaps some of them don't even have what it takes. And then you see how it ended. A supreme leader walked beyond the limitation of human being.